Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we are doing the sign of, let's see here where we are, Capricorn. I apologize for that. For September 2017, for those that are married in a difficulty marriage, wondering whether or not they should separate, divorce, or if you already filed for divorce, will go through in September. Well, let's see. Now remember that this is a general reading, so check out your sun, moon, and rising sign if it does not resonate with you. For September, the price for the readings are $33.33 for emergency reading at $15 to the fee. Thank you to my clients. I appreciate your business, and to my subscribers, my likes, and my comments. Now, if you like a spell, please reach out to me and book them as soon as you can, because I do have them at 50 to even 70% off, especially with the eclipse that is coming in September 23rd. So book them as soon as you can. Okay? Now, Arcanos, show me what must know Capricorn. Unfortunately, for those that are having a difficulty marriage, let's see what's in store. Divorce, separation, or what? Capricorn, you're feeling lonely. You lost your balance. For some of you, that's what I'm seeing here. And you're sitting there waiting, wondering. Yeah. What could you have done? It's saying for some of you, what could you have done? And you're still wondering whether or not, well, I see here, for some of you out there, I see your spouse is seeing someone else, and that's the cost of the broken relationship. Yep. And being very happy with that other person. Well, if you don't know, well, here it is now. Let's see. Well, I do not see this divorce in September for some of you. I don't see it. What I do see is separation of the marital status. Cut the intimacy is what I see here for some of you. If you haven't already, you will be shortly cutting out the intimacy with your partner. Having problems, arguments, back and forth, bickering back and forth. The conversation that you're having is just basically, you know, throwing things against each other is what I see here for some of you Capricorns. And I see that, I see your partner, you know, seeing someone as of right now, including this very moment that we are doing the reading, is saying that he's fixing to see this other third party situation, or at least within now to 15 days. And he's looking forward to seeing this person. I think that he thinks highly of the mistress for some of you here in this situation. Your spouse is thinking that he could be feeling some type of love in reference to that situation. But what he doesn't know is that he doesn't know everything, what the universe has in store. So basically, the universe has put this person in your lives for a reason. Maybe to make some changes within this relationship. I still don't see divorce here, but we'll see in a minute. I still feel that, you know, for some of you females that are married, is telling me here that there is a man in there that you have known in work environment, and he's attracted to you. You know of him, but you're not taking him, period, because you're trying to concentrate in your marriage. It's what I see here for some of you. I still see the marriage intact, yet separated within the home, but not divorced. I still see you worried still at the end of the month, worried, scared, even having a little bit to drink, you know, a little bit of drinking every now and then. It could be you, or it could be your spouse doing this. Okay. And I see the conversation trying to find a point of view for each other is what I see here at the end of the month, like trying to say, you know, let's just sit down and talk, and what are we going to do? So I feel that at the end of the month, it's really up to you. I feel that up to the female to decide, you know, if you know that he or she is still seeing that other person, then maybe you need to have a sit down meeting with your partner and see where you go. But let me see. I don't see it for most of you. I don't see any divorce for most of you, okay? And for some of you that already filed for divorce, you're getting the news at the end of the month. If you haven't already, it's going to be a good news. certain aspects of the divorce won't be to your liking. They will let you know that maybe the money that you were expecting to get from that divorce will not be all there, meaning there will be a portion of it. If you were expecting spousal support, you will get half of that, or maybe you will get child support but not spousal support because you were the one that got caught cheating, for some of you. Okay, now let's see. Show me what must need to know. Show me what must need to know. For those Capricorns. Married in different. Okay. Let me see the Hermit. What does the Hermit have to say? Yes. I think for some of you, you actually did started a month or prior to September. You started talking to someone in reference to this separation. Again, I don't see it for some of you. But you are still depressed. You're contemplating on whether or not to do this. You're still talking to people. You've actually even talked to attorneys in reference to the situation, it's telling me. For some of you, when it comes to the Hangman, it's telling me that you're just sitting there waiting, trying to come to your senses, trying to see how can you cope with all this situation, with all this stress, and also sit and wait. You're like a sitting duck waiting to see what your spouse does. In reference to your spouse, for some of you out there, is telling me that your spouse, well, he's being conniving because he's seeing the mistress at this time as well. Let me see what the Moon. Well, the Moon says that yes, for some of you, you want to get a divorce, but you can't because you're still in love with your spouse, or vice versa of energy. And also because for some of you, it's telling me that you feel that he or she will not give you as much as you deserve when it comes to money. Okay, what is the Fool bringing? For some of you, the Fool is saying that you're done with the situation and you're picking up the kids and leaving. It could be temporarily changed from the home, but I don't see the separation for some of you. Maybe you're going to your parents' house for a few. For some of you, you actually are in a third-party situation. For some of those females, I feel that you are seeing someone else. And you can't wait to get a divorce because you think that you're going to make a living with that other person. For some of you, for very few of you, I do feel that you're going to make a life with that mistress further down the line. Okay, for some of you females that are out there seeing other people. Okay, are you going to decide to walk away from this because you feel that your spouse is arrogant and just being manipulating, and you just can't, you're tired of it, it's saying for some of you. Now let me see your spouse. Well, for some of you, it's telling me that your spouse still wants to work this relationship. He will try to come to an amends with you to try to see if he can fix it. But beware, because for some of you, it's telling me that the spouse is just going to do it because he has too much at stake to lose. Not that he wants to stay in the marriage, but because it's almost beneficial to stay in the marriage than to leave, okay? For some of you. And for some of you out there that your spouse is cheating, he will let go of the mistress, even though he's fixing to see her at this point, as of now, before the month ends. I think that next week, he will see her one last time, spend time with her to let her know that for right now, he would have to let her go because he's trying to work things with you, okay? Yes, and suddenly he cares for this woman, but he will leave her because it's the choice that he has to do. Okay? Yes. With the Tower comes the Four of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So maybe this situation has to do with another person who's also, it could be an ex that has children from that person, or is simply the sign, moon, or rising sign of Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, okay? And it's also telling me that for some of you, unfortunately, your marriage will be over. Not in this month of September, but further down the line. Okay? Probably during springtime. For you, I can see you finding ways to stay in this marriage, even though for some of you are in a third-party situation, but because you have family, you cannot let your family down. It's telling me here for some of you Capricorns. And it's also telling me that the Two of Swords telling me that you are feeling strained. You can't let go of this marriage because what would they say? What would they think? Okay? And the Death is saying, well, there's material things at stake. For some of you, I feel that you are well off, you are wealthy, and the fact of the matter is, money comes first before happiness for a few of you is what I'm seeing here. So you're unhappy at home, but yet steady there because of the finance. Okay, the Chariot. So the Chariot is going to bring some more jealousy, more fights with that other person, the mistress, I believe. And also because conflicts, because, you know, you are aware that they're seeing other people or you're seeing other people, and there's love in between. I think for some of you, there's still love between this married couple. For others, it's telling me that the jealousy and overall in the fights is because you or your spouse is in love with the mistress. Okay? So for some of you, it's telling me that if you've been waiting for the final divorce, it will come through probably. Let me see here. You will have some messages. It's not telling me that it's not going to be that clear on the messages. Again, like I said earlier, for some of you, it's going to be because of the money. It's not going to be all there. So maybe you are talking to an attorney in reference to this, and they're telling you think twice before you decide. For some of you, there is a divorce granted already in September, and you're going to come out ahead. Okay? For some of you, when it comes to the death, it's telling me that you need to work on yourself. Try to give more and more positive energy to yourself. Try to believe more in yourself, okay? Because you have too many worries and fears in reference when it comes to your spouse, is telling me, okay? So I feel that for some of you, are you going to get together with your spouse, or your spouse will do this, and they will try to see if they can try to fix this situation out with you. Now remember that for some cases, I feel that it's because it's financial reasons, so that you will try to balance the situation. Or if you decide to separate, you're going to have a meeting with your partner and trying to see, you know, I get this and you get that. It won't be to your liking for some of you females, so keep that in mind. Let's see the star. I feel that the star is for some of you out there, males, that are seeing the mistress back and forth. You probably did tell your spouse that you let them go, but I feel that you have not. For some or few of you out there, males, that are doing the threesome. Well, it could be, who knows? It came out. So just be careful, because I feel that for some of you out there that are having difficulty in their marriage, for those Capricorn women, your spouse probably told you that they stopped seeing that person, but they're actually seeing the person. As we know it, it shows here, and then it shows here again. He's going back and forth from your home to their home, spending time with them, sleeping with them, and then going back to your house. So keep that in mind. Do your homework diligent before you accuse your spouse, okay? Because you never know. Before you accuse them, make sure you have your proofs at hand. And just be rational. I know it's hard to go through this situation when you're married to someone, but nothing is set on stone. So if you see certain things, I know of clients of mine that literally are waiting for the judge to decide on their divorce, and then decide to give themselves a second chance. So before you do all these situations, you know, see the pros and cons, okay? But most of all, just see for yourself if this is what you actually want before you proceed on anything, and make the choices that are best fit for you. Okay? Thank you.